That's what we're all doing here. And okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up and have you guys introduce yourselves and your characters. Go ahead. Let's start with Stephen. Stephen, will you introduce who you are and the character that you'll be playing this evening?
Me, Hrathen. Me, strongest wizard in tribe, full of half orc and full orc, but me stronger. Me wizard.
You stronger wizard. Cool, excellent. Half orc wizard. Is it Graythen?
Hrathen.
Hrathen. Okay, all right, good. So make notes for that if you want to. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to Christian. Christian, who are you going to be playing this evening?
I am Simon Softshell, the Total Wizard.
Okay, rock and roll. Simon Softshell, Turtle Wizard. What? Tell me a little bit about your background, Simon.
Well,
Wizard.
Be better wizard. I hail from the marshes where we sit on logs and soak in the sun all day. But I have a younger brother who didn't quite get the memo genetically and came out a normal turtle instead of a turtle. So I've taken him, and along with my studies, I'm looking for someone who can help him reach his full potential.
The full turtley potential. I know that there are some oversized ratkin that sometimes take turtles underneath their arm to help them realize their full potential.
I don't know about that.
One of those out. All right, good. Let's jump over to Josh. Josh, what are you going to be playing this evening?
My name is Drew.
Me can make your brother soup.
Make him soup or make him soup?
Punctuation is very important in situations like these.
Josh, I think Josh left.
He's getting his.
Can you guys hear him?
You know, it would help if I unmuted the mic. There we go.
That would help, yes.
Right. So my name is Drew. Don't wear it out. It's new. I don't know what all this like magic stuff that you lads are doing. I have a big, gigantic hunk of metal, and I hit people with it. And I find that's a little more effective than any spell I've ever used or seen. So my spell is cut and stab, and occasionally punch and bite if I'm feeling froggy.
Excellent.
And turtle.
Or turtley.
Hold on one second. I am trying to, immersive view. I don't want to do immersive view. I'm trying to pull this up as the main thing. I don't know if it's going to work. Whatever. Great, fantastic. Thank you, Josh. Okay, moving over to our first female character of the evening.
Hello, my name is Janine, and I'm just like any other druid who prefers to talk to animals more so than humans or any other creatures. And I harness the power of the moon to do things to people, and that's all.
Good.
I've already said too much.
I've already used all my druidy words. You were all staying. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. You were all staying in a town called Ciderbrook, where you hear that people have been disappearing in the nearby Umbral Woods. The mayor of Ciderbrook offers you a reward to uncover this mystery. So you packed up your gear and you're going to you've been traveling deep into the woods, determined to earn that reward. Everything is going fine until an hour before sundown, and strangely, the road dead ends into a large clearing. You see a gated fence surrounded by 2 log cabins, a garden, and a pond. The cabins seem normal except for one thing. There are goats everywhere. Goats in the trees, goats in the roofs, goats on the pond, goats of all colors and sizes. Some goats wander up the fence, then turn back, and their loud bleats and hoof beats make your ears ring. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the landscape that we currently have set out. Okay, so the road dead ends here. Okay, our adventurers have crossed over into the woods. As you see here, you've got a large open area and then a house here, okay? And another little house down here, and there are goats everywhere in the area. And you guys, and looking beyond it, you just see a pond and some trees, and then the rest is woods back that direction, okay? So that's kind of our terrain setup for right now. All right, let's see here. All right, so what are you guys going to do?
Now, fellas, I've been around goats a lot. This ain't natural. I don't know that this is worth however much drinking money they promised us for this.
How much money did they promise you guys? Was that the question?
Yeah, how much are we getting for this?
Well, it says a large sum, so I'm going to say at least 50 gold for this.
I can't count. How many tens is that?
That is 5 tens of gold. All right, so you've got this open space here. You can inspect everything. You're hearing the goats bleeding, right? And so where are you guys gonna go?
These goats. I'm gonna approach a goat and start poking it with my quarters. I was like, shut up, shut up.
Okay, all right.
Stupid
So
goat.
you're gonna make your way up here towards one of the sort of fence areas, right? And we're gonna have a goat in play here.
Yep. City goat, shut up.
And so you're poking the goat with the stick, yeah?
Yes, I'm encouraging him to be quiet.
Yeah. So he's just he looks at you and go ahead and if you would roll an insight check.
Insight. Oh, off the table. A natural 1.
Yes, this is a goat.
That's what I thought.
This is a goat. In fact, this goat may be the most goaty you've ever seen in your entire life.
Now that is a goat.
That is a goat. That is a goat. So just a little information about the area, right? There is 2 log cabins, okay, and they're built out of logs, obviously, and they're surrounded by a fenced area about 1/3 of an acre in size, and then you've got a very small pond, okay. The goats are eating around, eating scraps of vegetables, climbing on things. It's like literally it's covered in goats. They are everywhere, and their feces are everywhere. Obviously, the whole.
Does it look like the fence is broken?
Some fences are broken, yeah, but you can tell that. Go ahead and roll an insight check if you would. Are you like looking at the fences right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at the fences.
Yeah, so I'm going to move you up to be checking some of the fences over here. And good, go ahead and roll an investigation if you would.
That's a 7.
A 7. Yeah, some of them are broken, but some of them are definitely whole.
I don't think they broke out of the fences because there's a lot of these, and this seems like a fairly small farm for this many.
Yeah, definitely. Janine, or anything that you want to do in this scene? Anything you want to check out? Okay, all right. Janine actually has. Am I coming through okay, guys? I'm getting a little research. All right, so Janine here is our resident. What do you call it? Druid, and she has speak with animals. So, okay. 1 second.
I'm staying close by with them as they walk up to this goat and poke him and stuff.
Poking goats.
Give me just 1 second. I want to make sure that I've got this right.
I'm in practice in Wales.
Okay, so as you walk up to one of the goats, you're using speak to animals, right? And that's an automatic. And you just notice that the goat is saying over and over again, like every bleat that you hear over and over again, he's just saying pipes, pipes, pipes. However, with all the goats kind of braying around you, Janine, there's this weird song that you can kind of hear. It's not like it's really like it doesn't stand out, but here's what they're saying. They're saying, sleep all morning, get up at noon, then it's to the woods I go. When my basket's full and the sun goes down, I'll return for a bottle or two. Yes, I'll return for a bottle. That's kind of the song all of them are singing together with their horrible bleats and stuff like that. Okay, where we go with that?
Can you share this information with us?
Go ahead, you can go ahead and speak to the Janine. Yeah, there it is. Right.
Where they sleep only in the woods. I go when my basket's full and the sun goes down. I'll return for a bottle or two. What could this mean?
Is it? What could it be that these goats were once people, and this is what they did during their days? Did someone turn people into goats?
This goat.
Goat.
Yes, that's good.
Yes,
the goat.
That is what I gathered from my research.
Could somebody watch the orc there? Make sure he doesn't eat one of these things, please.
Nub nub.
Good. So you guys are noticing that the house, right? And noticing condition of the door is wide on one side. And that's pretty much wide.
Okay.
Well, that's never a good sign. You're wide open for me. Free stuff. I'm going to start.
Okay, so our giant friend, remind me one more time on the name there.
Drew.
Drew is headed into the house. Okay, Drew, will you go ahead and make a perception check for me? A what?
That's an 8.
8. And what are your modifiers?
That is after the negative one.
Did you do it with modifiers?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so though you feel like something's a little off about the place, you don't notice anything specific besides that there are goats all in the house as well. So you're off into like one of the side areas, right, where the door was open. Right. There is a larger open room over here. Just you entered here, but there is a main open room.
I'll just kind of yell out the door. It's goats.
Goat.
Okay, so I'm beginning to wonder if there's some witchcraft at work here. So would I make an Arcana check or something to see if these goats are under a spell?
You definitely can make an Arcana check, yeah. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, go ahead and roll for an Arcana check. What's your Arcana modifiers?
My intelligence.
Okay.
So that would be 12 plus 4, 16.
Okay, yeah. So you do recognize that there is the hint of magic about this. By the way, you're headed into the house? Is that right?
Who, me?
Yeah. Or are you still out here?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm tired of poking the goat, so I followed Drew into the house.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so you are kind of sensing faintly that there is some kind of magic at play here, but you can't really tell exactly what's going on. So as you guys are entering into the main area here, the cabin door is going to squeak open, and inside you find a shadowy main room, and it's littered with empty bottles, old dishes, bits of food, tobacco stains, clumps of dirt, and what looks like a lot of goat hair, right? There's damaged furniture that's strewn around, and the air has a distinct crusty tavern smell. On the wall opposite, you see a door leading to another room right over here.
Can I pick up the goat and like a shepherd
Yeah, and throw him
Carry.
over your shoulder.
over my shoulders? Yeah.
Yeah,
Legs.
definitely.
Okay.
So
I
you're gonna
I come to the house with the goat.
okay. So you've got the goat on your shoulders, and he's basically Janine. Just a heads up. He's basically just saying over and over again. He's saying pipes, pipes, pipes.
Pipes.
I'm gonna kind of look over at the druid and point at the orc with the sheep. Like just one, right? It's fine, right?
What did he say?
He said just one. I think he's talking about. Are you talking about eating one?
I was saying just let him have the one.
Oh.
Mutton for dinner.
Mutton. We ain't had
It's back on the menu.
Um,
Mutton yesterday, and blimey, it looks like it's mutton again today.
okay. So would one of you want to do some investigation in this main area? Maybe rummage through some stuff.
I will absolutely look for stealable things.
Okay. All right. So
Is it dark in here?
Say again.
It's dark in here.
Yeah, well, the only real light that you're getting is through the windows of the cabin, and they're basically, and the thatch is in the roof, so you are seeing streams of light. It is rather dark, but it's not so dark that like dark sight would kick in.
Okay.
All right, so Josh, if you go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
18.
Okay. You carefully rummage through the piles of discarded clothing, broken dishes, and furniture, and you find an old wooden chest with a very sturdy lock.
How sturdy we talking?
You can tell it's made of iron, blasted iron. So it's, I mean, it's going to be a little difficult to crack.
How's
But
the
with
wood around the lock?
Say again?
How sturdy is the wood around the lock?
Well, I mean, you could crash it against the ground or try to bang it open, but it's a dexterity check to try and pick it.
I honestly think I'm gonna gesture to the orc and see if he'll come help me just bash it on something to open it.
Me proficient. Me steal. Me
Awesome.
take goat off. Put goat on pipes. And I pull out battle axe and attempt to pick the lock with my proficiency.
With your battle axe proficiency.
Yes.
Anybody see any pipes in the house?
Talking
With,
about literal
Sure, yeah. With his roll, with Josh's roll, I will
20.
Say again.
20.
Oh, that's a 20.
It's 15 plus 5.
Yeah, you hit this thing with a interesting precision. So like just the latch comes off. Like your blow was heavy enough to take out the whole thing, but it just kink, like cutting off the head of a snake, just slices straight through, and the lock goes just right on the side. So yeah, you've definitely gotten into the chest. With his roll, I'll tell you there are no pipes in the place.
No. I was just repeating what he says over and over again. He said pipes. And then I put my thieves tool back in my pouch and I go pick up the goat.
Okay, so you, Josh, your character was able to get into the chest. Okay. Inside you find a small pile of letters and a pouch containing 10 gold pieces. So go ahead and add that to your inventory, and a colorful drawing of a baby in a crib. The letters addresses someone named Yannick and seems to be written by various relatives. Here and there, the letters mention Yannick's wife and child.
Hold up the letters and kind of leaf through them for a minute, and then just go. Yeah, I can't read.
Okay. Does anybody want to read the letters?
I can't read either.
Perhaps me and the druid could take a look at them.
Why don't you do that, Mr. Turtle, excuse me.
All right, then that is what I'll do.
So Turtle, basically, you are, Simon Softshell. I can remember that name. So you see those letters written by, referring to somebody named Yannick. And you see the mention of Yannick's wife and child as a part of the letters.
Okay.
So there's still one room. There's still one room that you guys haven't looked in. It's the furthest room. It looks like the bedroom.
All right, then I will head back there.
Okay. So Simon moves into the bedroom. Simon, you see, opening the door, you discover a room with one large bed and one child-sized bed. It's dark and dusty, but enough light squeezes through the window to illuminate a pile of clothes, empty bottles, and toys scattered around the floor. Something is moving in the shadow, and you hear a baby goat jumps out, its yellow eyes large and curious, and starts chewing on one of the wooden toys.
So you mentioned Yannick. Was that the man's name, and he had a wife and a child?
From what you read on the letters, it sounds like Yannick was the wife, and then there was a child as well.
Oh, it's all bit. Okay. So putting two and two together here, I believe that this little baby goat is the child. I don't know what I would.
You talking to the rest of the party here?
Yes. Okay. I will present my theory to the party. I think whatever happened in this village, the goats, yes, they're goats, but they were also people before. Now they're goats, but once were people. I try to dumb it down for the certain numbers.
For him, yes.
Yeah, I just kind of stare at him for a second, and I go, "Were you people?"
Josh,
Anyway.
what race are you? Josh, are you human? What race are you?
I am a very not Goliathy looking Goliath.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so we've got no humans among us.
And he is a human.
Human druid. Okay.
Other than making another Arcana check, I mean, I don't know what I could do at this point.
So just to let you know, here's the layout. Okay, there's still one more building. It's a barn right up here, and then the pond that's over here as well.
Okay, I think I'm going to pick up the young baby goat up under my arm, because, yes, thinking this is a child who has turned into a goat, I'm gonna sort of look after it and maybe head towards that other building.
Okay, all right. We have turned into a goat transportation system. Like,
yes.
So we've got the half orc carrying a goat. We've got the turtle carrying a goat. Okay, so turtle, you're heading down towards the barn.
Guys, we can start our own goatscaping business.
I'm like 80% sure you said these are people. Isn't that like slavery?
Moving on.
Okay, so where's everybody going from here?
I'll follow the gigantic turtle.
Yep.
Okay, so shoot, this meeting will end in 10 minutes. No, I couldn't upgrade. It wouldn't let me upgrade. Okay, we're gonna finish.
Before we leave this, you said there was bottles of drinks and stuff here.
Looks like old bottles. Yep.
Can I look around for like any spices, maybe some salts?
With the investigation check from earlier, I'm gonna let that apply to you. Basically, everything was turned over. All that you see looks like remnants of goats that have been here and stuff that has been drunk and things like that, but no spices or salts or anything. I think all of that has been eaten long ago.
And I roll a
To do what?
like was it an intuition? What is it called?
So what are you trying to understand?
Trying to figure out if these goats were people, or you know what I mean? Why? How this all happened?
Sure. Well, I think nothing that you see in here, or the Arcana check that happened, you recognize that there is magic at play.
Yeah.
And you guys have talked about that as a crew. But in terms of what specifically has happened, there's nothing here that will tell you that information right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So are you guys headed towards the barn? Is the rest of the party going to move with them?
I'm going to stop and look in the lake
You're going to
or
stop?
the pond.
Sure. By the way, if we get cut off, I'll just send you guys another link and we'll jump back on. Good. So you stop and go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, would you?
Mm-hmm. Solid 4.
Solid 4. It is water.
Wet.
It is wet.
Wet.
It is wet. And you
Is
can,
it cold water?
I mean, it's shiny. I will say this. You see the hoof prints that goats have been around here drinking, definitely.
Drink.
So you're going to take a drink of water?
No, I'm going to take the goat and tell it to drink. And
Oh, okay. So the goat looks at the water, looks back up at you.
I'm gonna point at the goat and point at him and just be like, soup.
Okay. Okay. So as you get to the door, Simon Softshell, of the barn, you're going to recognize that it's locked from the inside.
Locked from the inside. Well, I'm gonna give it a little knock. Hello, anyone in there?
So you knock on it, no sound from inside.
I could take my lock picking tool.
Okay, you want to go ahead and try to do it?
I think that's a great idea.
Now, just to make sure that I'm understanding, your lock picking tool is your giant axe. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, great.
He can do the break and we'll do the entering.
Okay, all right, go ahead and roll for strength check.
22, which is a 17 plus 5.
So you hit it.
Consider that lock picked.
And the door just breaks, just like shatters inward. I mean, there's pieces of it still there. You have to kind of crawl over it, but you're definitely inside the door.
Oh, look, an open door.
Good. I'm going to tell you what's inside there in just a second.
Yes.
This is my favorite wizard I've ever played with.
I definitely sort of tucked into my shell during the lock picking process.
Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, do you want to fully encase yourself in that shell, because you do have the possibility of like totally retreating into the shell.
Oh, I saw that. No. Just for
Okay.
comedic effect.
All right. So you guys get into the main room of the barn. Okay. We're just going to move you guys all so you guys can kind of see what's going on inside. Okay. Crap. Stand up. Stand up. Okay. You get inside the main room of the barn and notice that it hasn't been cleaned in a while. Your lungs fill with the scent of animal droppings and slowly decaying hay. The barn is sectioned off into pens where a few strange objects on the ground catches your eye. An empty explorer's pack, a boot, a woman's hairpin, and an empty cookie tin. Suddenly, the sound of mad bleeding grabs your attention. In the furthest, darkest corner, you spot a single gray goat tethered to a post. Its yellow eyes widen as it seems to call out to you.
What's it saying?
Do you want
I
to?
will translate.
Says pipes, 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 pipes.
Again with the pipes.
Sorry, give
As
me
a
just a
former,
second. Yep,
as a
it's just
former
saying pipes
gladiator,
over and over.
I'm an entertainer. That's my some of my backstory. And as such, I had to choose an instrument, and I chose the pan flute, which I will bring out and play a little song.
As you start to play this pan flute, the goats go nuts. They just back up against the wall as hard and as fast as they possibly can, and they're just screeching. Rah, 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 and you hear the ones saying,
They love me.
Pipes, pipes.
They love me.
They love me.
What was on the floor again?
Yeah, so the things that you saw on the floor. You saw an empty explorer's pack, a boot, a woman's hairpin, and an empty cookie tin.
An empty cookie tin.
Yes, that's hard to say.
I'll look through the explorer's pack.
Good. Okay, you look through your explorer's pack and you see it's completely empty. There's nothing in it.
I see it's completely empty. Okay. You said that gray goat was chained up on the other side of the room?
Yep, chained up.
Did the goat I had been carrying have yellow eyes as well?
Yep, every one of them's got yellow eyes.
Let me think. Could I make another sort of perception investigation check to see if I can get anything outside of this room, if there's anything I'm missing?
You can definitely try.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll call it investigation.
Yeah, it's an investigation check.
So that is 19 plus 4, so 23. No, it says 19.
Okay, good. With that, you're checking around, but as you're checking, there's a glint of something that catches your eye outside the barn near the pond.
Well, I'm going to rush out there.
Okay.
As fast as a turtle can.
If he's running, I'm chasing after him.
Okay, so everybody's going to kind of pile out towards the pond. Okay. Okay, will you move them towards the pond, if you would? Lovey, great.
What is it? What is it, Turtle? Is Timmy in the well? Is Timmy a goat in the
30
well?
seconds.
So you see out in the middle of the pond, there's this bright flash, and it's the sun beating off of this nice bottle. Like, I mean, it's really, you can tell from where you are that it is it's quality made.
A bottle floating in the pond.
Yep.
Am I good at swimming? I can speak Aquan. So can
Yeah, you're
I
a
swim?
turtle. Great at swimming.
I'm gonna set down the baby goat. I'm gonna turtle on out there.
I can hold goat.
Here. Take baby. Let it drink.
Right. Okay. So you get to the middle of the pond. So as you get out there, Simon Softshell, you find a fine wine bottle, right? And you can definitely tell. I'm just going to give this to you. You can definitely tell with the water around you that you can smell the smell of alcohol very strongly out on the water here. Okay.
Okay, so this fine wine bottle, but also again, I'm smelling alcohol throughout the water.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't want to dive down super deep, but I do want to sort of put my head under the water and see if I see anything deeper.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. Actually, I tell you what. Roll a dexterity check for swimming around.
Dexterity. That is a 6 + 1, 7.
Okay. 6 + 1 is 7. Yeah, so you're just bumping around there, kind of like one of the goats, like you're just banging around. You don't see anything. It's not a very deep pond. It's you basically can see everything just as soon as you put your head down.
Okay. Well, I guess then I'll come to the shore and show what I found. Pass it around.
Right. So you come up, you show the party the wine bottle. What does everybody say?
What do we think of this?
It's an empty wine bottle.
Yep, empty, but you can tell it's very expensive.
Mm.
So as you guys are looking at the wine bottle, you actually hear this sound of singing in the distance. It grows louder, and then suddenly you see a satyr burst from the trees over here. A basket of mushrooms dangles from his arm. He looks cheerful, with a bushy red beard framing his grinning face. As he prances across the yard, he pats the goats on their heads and says, "Merry are we when the sun goes down." He sings, "Merry are we with a bottle or 3." And he prances over to his house.
Goat.
Oh, man. Let's get his attention. What's going on here?
What are you gonna do?
What do we think? Do we want to get his attention? Do we want to?
Confront this person, Satyr.
Or maybe we should do an inside check. Did he do this to them?
Well,
Oh yeah.
I'll say right off the bat, there's no good way to tell with insight if he again, how these poor little goats. I mean, you've pieced together a theory, right?
Yes.
Of this, but you don't know anything for sure. There's no evidence to suggest that this is what happened.
Okay.
You want to go over and talk to the satyr? What do you guys want to do?
Yes. Let's engage the goat man.
Engage. Are you talking about engage physically in a fight?
Oh,
Are you talking
In
about
conversation.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're talking conversation. What's everybody's kind of way that they walk up to the satyr?
On my
Like-
legs.
Are you being threatening? Are you what is your what's your demeanor here?
As a gigantic muscle-bound, great sword-wielding barbarian, I don't think there's a polite, nice-looking way to walk up to something ominously.
For sure. So you walk up and you recognize that he is a little startled by your appearance, right? The
And I'm
group
still
of you.
holding the baby goat.
He sort of eyes you, sort of suspiciously. He says, "Hello there." The satyr cries when he sees you. "No need for hostility, friends. As you can see, I'm a lonely bachelor here with a farm full of goats. And we're used to wayward travelers knocking on our door." He approaches, holding out his hand. "The name's Olos. Why don't you join me for a drink? I'd love," and then he pauses and he lowers his voice so the goats won't hear. "I'd love a bit of intelligent company, if you catch my drift."
Very
This goat
smart.
talks.
I think we should definitely. Can we make a check to see if he's being truthful about he's just a goat farmer?
Yeah, you can definitely do like an inside check on the guy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wants to have a drink.
Okay, so who wants to roll an insight? If everybody wants to, they definitely can.
I'll roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 7.
7, 2.
10.
This man has
Um,
offered me alcohol. I trust him implicitly.
What say you, Stephen?
I got a 10.
You got 10? Okay. So with those rolls, you see a satyr who enjoys a little bit of his drink, right? And he is he's got a little bit of a gleam in his eye, right? But he wants to kind of he's ingratiating himself to you, basically.
Drinks.
Drinks.
Okay. All right. So he goes inside the house, and apparently there's a keg that had been sitting in there somewhere, and he brings it outside. He sets it down, and he opens it up, and he starts pouring drinks for everybody and handing them out to everyone.
Okay.
Hogan.
So go ahead.
Oh, as soon as the drink's in my hand, it's going back.
They are deep in. So the sun is starting to set, right? And at about this time, Olos is he reaches into his vest and he brings out these panpipes to play.
I bring out my pan flute.
Ah, I see you are a patron of the arts yourself.
I play music.
Well, maybe we can play some together.
I'm better than you.
He says, see, I often play my pipes for the little goatees. They love it so much. They learned how to ask for it. He winks.
Yes, they yelled at me when I played.
Oh, yes. Well, sometimes they're not appreciative of the pipes. So he drains down his drink, lets out a big wet burp, and says, excuse me, I'm a bit of an animal when I'm having a good time. I know just the thing to brighten the mood. And he begins playing on these pipes, and he says, do you want to hear a tune?
How drunk am I right now?
Let's see, you just drank one. How many have you had?
As many as I can physically get a hand on.
Then according to your size and such, you are, yeah, I mean, let's say, I tell you what, roll a, not a dexterity, but hold on. I'm trying to think.
Constitution?
Yeah, Constitution. Roll a Constitution check for me.
11.
Okay. I would say you're 3 sheets to the wind.
I
right
am
now.
white girl wasted. Let's go.
You are white clawed, one white claw too many wasted right now.
I'm just cheering for the music at this point. Then I'm done.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I need to take a look at something, a stat block real quick. Okay, so as he begins to play on his flute, all of a sudden the goats begin to get up and dance, right? And they're like dancing on 2 legs, and they're dancing back and forth, right? And they are starting to sway a little bit more violently than you would like, and so hard that hold on 1 second. They start to sway so hard that they start like knocking into you guys, and you can tell that if this continues, that it's not going to be good. Like they're gonna start causing some harm in a second.
I think I've drank probably a decent amount, but I'm not I've been sort of nursing a couple drinks all night. But I'm definitely taking my quarterstaff and get away, goat.
Good. And then suddenly, as he begins playing, you guys start recognizing that you have. I need everybody to roll a insight check for me.
15.
Oh, nice.
That was a good roll.
9.
7.
Okay, so Stephen, your character begins to recognize that he has a real hankering for hay.
Hankering. Okay.
Like very strong to eat hay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the pipes are continuing to play, and that feeling is getting stronger and stronger.
I feel like I want to eat hay.
Good.
That's the feeling I'm getting.
Yes. Yep.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. I'm trying to keep up with him as I'm playing, and just reach down and pick one up. And
Good. Now the rest of you are getting the hankering to eat hay, and in fact, Janine, you let out a little bah suddenly, and kind of grip your mouth.
I just point and start laughing, like drunk laughing.
And as you're laughing, suddenly it turns into.
Oh my God. Hay fever. Some Mr. Tumnus shit right here. Man, I'm trying to think how I would react here.
But Olus is not letting up. He's continuing to play.
Can I attempt to dance with the
Yes. Roll a dexterity check.
17.
Yeah. So you get up and you are dancing along with the sheep. And you are dancing for a drunk man. You are dancing very well with the sheep.
so
Okay.
I've been hearing his tune, probably like a kind of got a flow and a chorus and a verse, right? Like it's got a progression that he's repeated, right? So I want to, yeah.
Go ahead.
It does, yeah. I'd imagine like a song or something, 4 chords and then back and yeah. So I want to try and like mimic what he's doing, like playing, but I want to be better than him, like play it really well, like blow my
Gotcha.
heart out.
So you're playing along with him, and you recognize that some of the notes that he's playing, that they are. It's okay. It can go out. It's fine. Some of the notes that he's playing are not normal. Like they are enhanced somehow. Knowing what you can play in music and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So each of you is in turn beginning to realize that you're feeling something very strange come over you, and to the point where you begin recognizing that your hair on your arms is getting thicker. You begin to recognize that your feet are beginning to shrink. And he continues to play.
Being a reptile, the sight of any hair is alarming to me on my body. So I'm going to stand up and say, I'm going to stand up and take my quarterstaff and point it at him and be like, you cut that out. What's going on here?
Olos looks at you and says, oh, it's just a little bit of song. No harm done.
I'm gonna throw my pan flute at his face and say, "You're cheating."
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Sure. 13.
Is that with modifier?
Yeah, yeah, that's with modifier.
Yeah, that's with modifier. Okay. So 13, yeah. So I'm gonna say you hit him pretty squarely on the face, and he takes 1 damage. Okay. And he says, "What was that for? That wasn't very nice."
You're cheating. Your music.
Cheating? How am I cheating? I'm just playing pipes.
I can't play same note you play.
Well, I can't help if you're not talented. And he continues on to play.
I am best. And I pull out my quarterstaff.
Oh, if it's a fight you want, then it's a fight you'll get. All right, everybody, roll for initiative, please.
Oh, I wish I took Drunken Master instead of just Drunken Barbarian.
6.
17.
Nice. Okay. Hold on.
Well,
hold on to that.
Wasted all my good rolls on the lock picking.
It's a very intricate process. Very tedious.
Remember your place in line, please, because my computer is being a massive douche right now. And
I'll make a
Awesome.
notepad one second.
Massive dish bag.
okay, so here,
Wait.
can I get? I just need a.
Kristen, do you want to hop in?
That's one piece of paper.
Is there any way that Kristen's character could spontaneously,
Now, at the very end, right?
at the very end,
The
the
fray,
pug burst through the door?
right? Okay, Stephen, what was yours?
6.
Okay, Josh, what was yours?
12.
Okay, babe, what'd you roll?
11.
Lauren's an 11. And then Christian, what was yours?
17.
Okay, 17. And then I'm going to roll for five. Okay, we're going to go highest first. All right, Christian, you are first up.
All right, I'm going to take my quarterstaff. I'm just going to give him a good jab right in the face. I'm going to.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna put you close to him on movement because you guys are all sitting around him. Okay.
Okay.
Give me your quarterstaff on your character sheet. What's the damage on that? I think it's a D6, right?
Yes. Do I roll to hit him or?
Yeah, you need to roll for hits. So roll D20.
So 12 plus 2 is 14 to hit.
Yeah, that just barely hits him. Okay, go ahead and roll that D6 for damage.
Okay. 3.
Okay, fantastic. Hold on one second. Let me find some things here.
Oh my goodness. Level 1 is crazy. I have 8 hit points.
Yeah. Okay, how much damage did you do again?
3 damage.
3 damage. All right, so that brings him down. Good. So you hit him with your quarterstaff, boom, right across the face, and he looks back at you and says, "Well, that wasn't very nice." Good. That will be Josh. You're up next.
I'm gonna kind of start screaming in anger as I rush over, and I'm gonna begin raging.
Okay. So rage. So that's double damage. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So you're screaming in the rage. Is that a full action?
That is a bonus action.
As a bonus action. All right. What action you want to take?
I'm gonna take the greatsword off my back,
Okay.
and as I'm kind of swinging it, my body's like weirdly contorting, and all of the Goliath kind of heritage is kind of pushing out of my, my skin's all mottled, my nails are like crackling. I look freaking terrifying and gross. I
So
look
like
like
your
I'm melting.
muscles are like bulging and stuff like that.
Oh, it doesn't look natural. It looks really freaky
That's cool.
as I just swing at the dude's face.
Right. Okay. So you're going to take that great sword. Go ahead and roll to hit.
17.
Perfect. Yep, that hits.
All right, 1 second. Let me go steal some dice.
Yep.
Yes. 2d6. 6 plus 3, 9 damage.
9 damage.
I'm just gonna scream this face as the sword hits.
Ah! Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so that sword connects and sort of spins him around, and he goes. The pan flute flies out of his hand onto the ground, and he goes ah, and he turns around. Is that yeah, no, that wouldn't be a scream that would cause fear. Is that rage? Is there some kind of special thing for Goliaths on that rage?
I've just got resistance to damage.
Just resistance to damage. That's right.
Yeah.
It's damage in half. Yeah.
Yeah, damage in half from
Okay.
specifically the physical damage types.
Gotcha. Okay. Then that will go to Steven.
Someone had 11.
Oh, excuse me, Lauren. That'll go to you next, babe. Did you get your thing? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna thunderclap this.
This mofo?
Thunderclap them cheeks.
Yes, I got an 18.
Okay. Well, I don't think you need to roll for thunderclap. Hold on. Let's take a look at
Oh
your.
yeah, that's right. I know.
Let's take a look at your thing. Yeah, because I think it's a cantrip. Yep, it's a evocation cantrip. Create a burst of thunderous can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. All right, everybody, roll a dice for Constitution, please.
Oh. Constitution.
Because you are all within a few feet of each other.
9.
Okay, you need to take 1d6 of damage, please.
24.
13.
Good. Yeah, you guys are good. Okay, so only you, Shelly.
Take 4 points of damage.
All right, go ahead and add that to your. Go ahead and take that away from your HP, if you would, please. Okay, so you thunderclap. You're right, and it basically. Hold on, let me roll for. Oh yeah, that definitely gets it. And roll 1d6 for damage. Okay, it was on. Oh, you can go ahead and roll. You roll. I won't count that. 5. Nice. Okay, great. Good. You hit him, and he backs up. He's like 5 feet away. He goes to about 10 feet, and he is. Let's see. I'll take 1d6. His ears are ringing. Ah! Why would you do that? Right. And also, Shelly gets knocked upside the head with this thing as well. It rattles your cage, Shelly. I mean, just does not make you feel good, especially in your shell. You can feel it down your little turtle bones. Good. Okay, that goes over to Steven.
With my staff in both my hands, I raise it up and I cast Smash.
Good. Tell me what Smash does, if you would, please.
I swing my staff and hit the target.
You're casting Smash.
Yes.
He's a half-orc barbarian pretending to be a magician. Okay. Good. Go ahead and roll here.
13.
Do you have any? Hold on. Do you have any modifiers on that?
No, that is with modifiers.
That is with modifiers.
It's a very tight space and there's a lot of goats.
Yeah, there is a lot of goats. So you accidentally trip over one of those goats. Like you swing down, but you trip over the goat, and you are landing at Olis's feet.
Okay.
Good. Okay. And then
As a bonus action, I would also like to cast mage armor.
Okay. All right.
Which is my rage. Resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
So you'll take half damage. Okay, fantastic. So Olis is really upset, but he turns to you, Stephen, after throwing that pipe in his face, and he says, "I do not like people to mess with my goats. Okay, so he is going to try to ram you, okay, with his horns. What's your AC, by the way, please?
14.
14. Yeah, no luck there. Weapon attack +3 to. Oh. Okay, hold on. 10. What'd you say yours was?
14.
No, he just misses. So he puts his horns down to ram into you, right? And he puts his horns down to run into you and totally misses, just whiffs right by you as you turn, and he actually winds up behind you here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Thanks, baby.
No.
Okay, that goes back to the top. That goes to you, Christian.
Okay. After I stop sounding like a tuning key, I take my staff and I cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, you're gonna cast Ray of Frost. Go ahead and let me know what it says there by Ray of Frost, if you wouldn't mind.
So it's a 60-foot range, and to hit it's a +4, and it's 1d8 of cold damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll roll to hit.
No, it is a spell. Does it say a saving throw next to it? Josh, help me here if I am misunderstanding.
It says it's a cantrip.
Oh, okay.
All right, what spell is this? I'm sorry.
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
He'll make a ranged spell attack against the target.
Right. So that would be what would be his 2 spell if he's a.
Is a cantrip. Can I cast that as many times as I want?
Yeah, cantrips are at will.
Okay.
Yeah, you have unlimited of those. You have on your. Are you looking at D&D Beyond under your?
Yes, I'm looking at D&D Beyond under my attacks.
All right. It's a 1d20 plus your proficiency, which right now is 1, plus your spellcasting modifier, which is an int 2. So it's 1d20 plus 3, and that's your spell attack.
Oh. What is this? What's that number then?
Plus 4. That's your 2 hit DC. That's why is it plus 4?
He should have 2 proficiency right now
Oh, I was
at
looking,
level 1.
right. Yeah, okay. So it's plus 4. So it's your plus 2 initiative, plus 2 proficiency,
Okay.
plus 2 int.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what. Okay. Yeah. 6 plus 4, 10.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that does not hit.
Does it hit any books?
So you cast Ray of Frost, and it whips on by him. Good. Let's. You got any bonus actions on top of that, buddy?
Oh, what can I do for a bonus? Can I
Take a
do
look at if you've got anything for bonus action?
under bonus actions is 2 weapon fighting or actions in combat?
Yeah, I mean that means if you go
I have
with
2
weapon
weapon.
and you're equipped with another weapon, you can and you're wielding. Dual
Okay,
wielding.
so I can't even do like an unarmed strike or anything like that. Okay.
No, you're about on the scale here. You're about 10 feet away from him right now.
Okay. Okay. Can I move at all?
Yeah, you can definitely move. You haven't moved yet.
Could I move over and pick up the flute that he dropped?
Yeah, you definitely can.
All right.
I will put you, let's see, is 5, 10, 15, 30. Yep. So you have picked up his flute.
Aha.
Okay. That goes over to you, Josh.
So I have not stopped screaming this entire 6 seconds.
Okay.
I'm gonna do what barbarians do, and I'm gonna swing my sword again.
Okay, all right. So you're coming at him. You're going to close the distance between you and him, and you are swinging your sword. So go ahead and roll to hit.
That's a 15 plus 5. That's a 20.
Yep, that'll definitely hit. All right, and go ahead and roll damage.
Should have just stolen dice.
Yeah, here I've got like multiple sets. Just take whatever.
He's a barbarian, so he gets to roll.
All right, so that's 6 plus 2 from raging, so that's 8 plus abuse 3, so 11. Yeah, 11. So you can keep the dice in there,
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
it's not even moving fast enough for me to do it. I should have restarted my computer before we did this.
Do you want to try to put it on the iPad?
Josh, you got it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it went through. Yeah, it's a
How much you do for?
11.
11. Sorry, my thing's going in and out.
No problem.
Oh shoot. Okay, so he closes the distance and screaming, just bloody murder. All the goats are kind of screaming with him. And so he comes over, shoo, straight down on the satyr, and hits one of the horns, knocks the horn off of Aulus's head, and Aulus is just standing there bleeding profusely from his head, and he is not looking good at all whatsoever. Good. That goes over to Lauren. What do you want to do?
You know what? Thunder whip. Not thunder whip.
The thorn whip.
Thorn whip. That one.
Right. So do you
Oh,
remember?
no.
What?
Good. Go ahead and roll to hit.
It's like the most painful way to die in the world.
Right. Oh shoot.
Can I roll again?
Yeah, just go ahead and roll that again.
Sorry, my mojo's off here.
Still no. Okay, so so she reaches out with the thorn whip, and it goes next to his ear, but does not grab him. Let's go. Any other actions that you want to take? Yeah. Let's go over to Stephen then.
Grayson, hearing the yell of his fellow comrade, also begins this blood-curdling yell and runs up with his quarterstaff and again casts Smash.
Okay. Are you raged, by the way, right now?
Yes.
That's right. All right. Go ahead and roll a hit.
All right. That is 21.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
You slam this quarterstaff down on top of Aulus,
With
and his head splits in half.
Oh, 9 damage. Okay.
Just opens up, and he stands there for a second, the quarterstaff sticking out of his forehead. He stands there for a second and says, well, all I wanted to do was have my family close to me. And like, you're pulling at the staff, and like it's yanking his head forward as he's saying this. He goes, I just wanted to have all my goats close to me. Do you know what it's like? And then he just falls over. just dies there on the spot. And you are dead, Olos. Goodbye.
Ooh.
For the remaining duration of my rage, I would like to just continually chop into this thing, which is at least 4 more swings.
we're just gonna say that it has come to just a violent bashing, just like a Saturn pinata, and there's just blood squirting up on everybody right now at this point.
I cover the baby goat's eyes.
You're covering the baby goat's eyes. That's beautiful.
Now you all know why my staff is red.
Okay, we're about to die here in about 1:18. So let's see if we can tie this up. So Shelly, one of the goats recognize that you have the panpipes, and so they start nudging you towards this goat over here that had been saying pipes the whole time. The one that Steven's character had over his shoulders. And the goats are like behind you, like nudging them towards you.
Nudging me towards the goat that was tied up?
Right, yep.
Okay, so I'm going to approach this goat and hold out the pipes.
Yep. And so they keep saying, for you the why can't I remember what your class is? Druid. I just want to let you know that they're saying break over and over again. Break.
Well, then I'm going to take it and I'm going to snap it.
Okay, an intense evil shriek echoes from the pipes as they shatter into hundreds of pieces. All around you, the goats begin to hover. And glow a bright green. Their bodies warp and shift like they're underwater. They fall back down, not as goats, but as human, men, women, and children. The people seem dazed as they look around, and a man in a straw hat stumbles over to you. I'm Yannick, the owner of this farm, he cries. You saved us.
Goat.
And he said, Yannick. He points at himself. Yannick.
Goats. No, you're very welcome, Yannick.
So his wife and his little girl come up and stand by him, and carrying the little girl in his arms, the man named Yannick thanks you with tears in his eyes. He explains that Alos came one day asking for refuge, that he proceeded to drink all of their beer and eat all of their food. Then Alos played his magic pipes at the end of the night. Next thing Yannick and his family knew, well, they couldn't remember much. Being a goat took away most of their intelligence. Travelers continued to end up here and be turned into goats until you all showed up and stopped this mad cycle of trickery. So Yannick turns to all the people in the yard who are quietly chatting with each other and gathering things. We've experienced something together that we should never forget or take for granted, he says. But what we need now is rest. Please stay one more night at my home as your proper selves. There's some food and beer that's left in our cellar. The party sleeps at the farm and leaves with a dozen other people in the morning. When they walk back to the road, they find a fork that previously wasn't there, revealing that Aulos's illusions over the forest are gone. When you head back out on the road, a sense of peace has replaced the odd gloom that hung around the trees. You find a fork in the road that wasn't there before, and somehow you know that Aulos's magic had hidden the path onward and brought you to the farm instead. Now you can confidently follow the road back to Ciderbrook, show proof of your triumph with a letter from Yannick, and claim
money, alcohol.
Same.
However, go ahead and roll a. Oh shoot! Did I start the recording?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it said recording.
Yeah, it says it at the top.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check, everybody, for me, please.
Negative one off. Let's see.
5.
3.
6.
So Janine, the druid, recognizes that where Aulos's body should be, there's nothing there anymore. And you all faintly hear the sounds of someone in the woods singing and disappearing into the distance.
It's a ghost.
Oh,
Is
goody!
Corn gone too? That got hacked off.
Well, let's just say Aulos was a master of illusions.
It's hard to be elusive with a stick of wood in the
Hey, thank you guys for joining me tonight for this playtest of Horns and Hooves. I hope that you enjoyed yourself. And for everybody there at Fireball, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to play test your app in alpha, and also to play test this great story that you guys came up with. Hopefully our band of adventurers wasn't too violent or profane for your for your group. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Have a great night.
You do.